It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was a season of light, it was a season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven, we were all going direct the other way. Hi, I'm Raghav Mimani and I am back. And unless, of course, you have been living under a rock, in which case, please continue doing so for your own benefit as well as the rest of us, you would have realized, nay, by now internalized, the maths and the aftermaths of the coronavirus and the COVID-19 disease outbreak. These are bewildering times. There's a Chinese curse about it which goes, "May you live in interesting times." And curiously enough, the Chinese curse is upon all of us, for these are interesting times. Never before have such a large population been put in a lockdown for such a long time. Never before have railways and airplanes and other forms of transport stopped. Not even during wars does this happen. Never before has life come to such a standstill as it has now. No sports, no art, no real business, nothing. I think in the years to come, we would see a distinct break in our times as pre-corona and post-corona. Quarantine is a buzzword right now. Quarantine. Everyone knows of it, talks about it and uses it in their day-to-day life. And it's a difficult word. I mean, you'll get so much points in Scrabble if you played it. Yeah, I gotta stop thinking about Scrabble. One of the things which I'm noticing quite unmistakably though, and we'll continue to discuss this in the upcoming days, is the persistent onslaught of opinions and information regarding the coronavirus. Not all of them true or even remotely sensible. And it's true. Most people on any given day would not be able to recognize epidemiology even if it bit them on their face. Yet you go on social media to find everyone's an expert on everything. We are facing a global pandemic, the likes of which we have never seen at least for over a century. The closest one can refer to is the 1918 Spanish flu, which infected 500 million people and killed anywhere between 17 million to 50 million people. No one who lived through that experience is presently in executive positions anywhere in the world. It's impossible to be so. Still, somehow, many are pretending as if they know exactly how to deal with all this. This is the politics of it. These are the administrative decisions one needs to take. These are the costs involved. This is what the economy will look like. These are the number of deaths we will have. This is what the leaders should have done. This is what the people should do. This works. That doesn't work. They have a plan for everything, which sounds perfect, especially in hindsight. I mean, what? This is a global pandemic we are talking about, not a movie in which the hero will come back to say, "Oh, everything was pre-planned. I claim victory." There are no victories here. It's just an earnest effort, hopefully consolidated, to save as many lives as we possibly can. We are going to lose people. Families will be ripped apart. There will be pain. There will be trauma. We are literally gasping for breath here. More than 1 million people worldwide have already been infected. And this figure is only going to rise. It becomes dated the moment you record it. We are living in tumultuous times. One of my biggest regret right now is the fact that the only things I can do are from the sidelines. Stay at home, help people around me, keep the morale high, provide food and money to those in need, wash my hands, maintain hygiene. God, it would have been better, so much better, to fight it from within the system. As part of the government, perhaps, the healthcare professionals, the sanitation workers, the people who are ensuring that our supplies run smoothly. Humans who are actively in the arena fighting it out. Curiously, though, what a pandemic does is that it puts all of us in the arena. Even if we happen to occupy the edge of the field, you never know where the next defining play might happen. And we all have to play our part. We have to. There will be time for criticism, for postmortems where we question every single aspect of our strategy. But right now, it's time to follow through. We have our leaders. We elected them to be our representatives. We have a strategy in place. For better or for worse, this is it. We gotta see it through. It was Theodore Roosevelt who said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly." We have greatness thrust upon us, people. It's challenging us to either triumph or fail. And failure is not an option. It cannot be, it must not be. The price will be too high. I wish there were better circumstances for me to restart this enterprise. But what can I say? These are interesting times. Stay safe, stay home, keep the morale high, and keep fighting. I'll see you tomorrow. Tada!